Well, welcome to our next episode here, our next podcast episode. I'm Jackie Geip, and I've got Chris Loisel here.
Here I am.
He's here co-hosting, and we're talking with Cara Rucker today here at the Fuller Center. We're really happy to have her on. So to get things started, Cara, give us a little introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe where you grew up, kind of how you came to success, little story.
So I grew up here in Grand Rapids, and then after high school I moved to Atlanta, and I was gone for almost 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep, moved down there to go to school, and then life happened, so I had to come back right at the end too, right at the end of my bachelor's degree. So when I got back up here, yes, at the end.
Did you end up graduating?
Yep, but not but up here.
Oh,
so
you did. You
yep,
transferred.
Yep, when I came back up here, I enrolled at Ferris.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll never forget the dean, they were trying to figure out my class schedule, and the dean of students came out and was like, why did you stop?
Yeah.
She was like, you were almost done. Why did you stop? And I'm like, life happened. I had to come back. And so she was like, oh, okay, well, I'll get you done. And
that's awesome.
so I ended up graduating from Ferris.
Wow.
At that time, I was working at Job Corps, and then I was actually doing security. And then I know,
At
right?
Job Corps?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. And then once I got my bachelor's degree, then I became a counselor.
Yep.
And so at first I was working with the students as they entered into the program, getting them acclimated into the program. And then I moved to a different position, still as a counselor, but working with the students as they transitioned out, making sure they had good
Jobs
housing, jobs, getting into school, going to the military, that kind of stuff, and making sure that the housing and stuff was taken care of.
Okay.
And then one of my coworkers who used to work at Job Corps, he was the center director out at Alger, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Wow, there you go.
That's awesome. So why did you move down to Atlanta? Was there a school there specifically that you wanted to go to, or did you want that warmer weather?
I was following the guy.
Hey, well, you got some warmer weather out of it,
Sure
too,
did, and realized that I really I hate the snow.
You don't like the snow, but
I
you
hate
came
it.
back.
I know. It's fun to visit, but it is not fun to drive in.
No.
It's not fun to live in all the time.
No. Yeah. No, not at all.
Nope. Yeah, so do you want to move back to warm weather areas?
Yes,
in the
not
future?
Atlanta, but
Atlanta's
definitely.
a pretty busy place.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like a good vacation place, but
Yeah.
I don't want to live there again.
No. Got too wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And hot in the summer, right?
yeah. But I like
You
the
like
heat.
that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I was fine with all
You
day.
like the heat.
And
Yeah.
then I do like the fact that in Atlanta, everything is people still moving around till 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Which is, because I'm a night owl.
Okay.
And here, everybody is asleep by 2.
Yeah.
I'm just dang, the streets are so empty, so I don't need to be
Yes.
outside either.
Yeah. We hibernate around here, don't we?
Yes.
Disappear.
Yes, yes.
I
So
know.
I do miss that, but I wouldn't go back. Not to Atlanta.
No. Maybe Florida.
Yeah. Or Arizona.
Or Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
That
a
would be
nice
nice.
spot.
Very
Yep.
nice.
Got a lot of sun there.
Yeah.
All the time.
So what did you get your bachelor's in from Ferris?
So my degree ended up being, I started out as, funny story, a math major.
Really?
Sure did. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Started
Just-
out as a double major in math and print journalism. And then, right.
Wow, what a unique combo.
Yep,
Yeah.
because I wanted to I wanted to have a music magazine, that's my little side thing. And then I also really like math and thought that I could make math interested to students, because most people think that math is hard because it's boring. And I'm like, no, you just got to figure out how to apply it, and once you can, if you can apply it, then it's not as difficult. So that's how I started as a math major. And then when I got down to Georgia State, they had phased out their secondary education program.
Really?
Yeah, but they didn't tell me this as I'm
Really?
enrolling. So they wanted me to So they wanted me to get my degree in math and then go back and get certified to teach in grad school. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot, right? And so I was still sticking with the math at first, and then I decided to I thought it would look better if I did like English and print journalism and all my math classes were electives, because who really is taking math as an elective class?
Yeah.
Right.
And I thought that I would still be able to do what I wanted to do in terms of teaching, and I would have like another thing that I could teach as well.
Absolutely.
So I tried that, and it was really dumb because there is no way in the world that you can do like write a bunch of papers and also have enough time to hunt
all
down,
your math.
and hunt down a story and scoop up,
Right.
It just
man.
was
Journalism.
really stupid. So then I just I dropped the journalism and math, and I just stuck with English.
Okay.
And then when I came back up here, Ferris wanted me to do like another 2 or 3 years, even though I was at the end of my degree. And so I was like, I was going to quit.
For teaching? Is
Yes.
that what they wanted you
Yep.
to do?
Oh,
Okay.
they wanted
Yep.
to get your teaching education.
Yep. And so, So I was going to quit and work in a factory. And then I found the integrative studies advisor.
Okay.
And so she allowed me to take all my class work and all my work experience and roll it into a degree, kind of tailor my degree into what I needed it to be.
Okay.
And so my degree is in integrative studies.
Okay.
But my
So you got a
focus is
bachelor's.
English. Yep, English lit. Yep.
Nice. But you've got a lot of skills then.
Yeah.
You can help our
Isn't
students
that funny?
in math and
Yep.
English. That's awesome.
Wait, so I'm intrigued. This this music magazine.
Yeah.
What would it be called, and what would it be about?
So my music magazine was going to be called The Truth. And I wanted it to be geared towards college and high school students, because I wanted to continue to treat hip hop as a culture, but geared towards those kids that are in school. So on top of talking about the music and all the things that go along with hip hop culture, I also wanted to put school stuff into it. So like financial aid stuff, good study skills, all of that kind of stuff.
What a great idea.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I know, right?
I like it.
Is that like something you're still interested in doing? Because you could probably do something like that for
I haven't
the
thought about it in
school.
a while, but I would, yeah. I
and
would,
some rapping
definitely.
too on top of that.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm
No, there's
We'll
no
give you some
way
rehearsal time. with it.
Yeah,
right.
that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So you said you went to Georgia State and
Yep.
you had the intent of going into education.
Yep.
What led you to be interested in the field of education? Why did you want to become a teacher?
So, when I was in 8th grade, had a really terrible math teacher.
Really?
Yeah, just awful. He didn't like to answer questions. He didn't help the students anything, and so like that was the beginning of me like really wanting to like teach math, because like in 7th grade I went to City, so at City we were taking algebra, and when I went from City to Northeast, and Northeast was behind in math. So I took, transitions, I think it was. I think maybe like a pre-algebra class, but it was just to boost up. Like there were some things that I still didn't understand from algebra. So I'm like, okay, I'll take this class because it'll help me just learn some of the stuff that I didn't understand before. So I ended up helping a lot of my classmates, and I was also really sassy, so I'm pretty sure I made my teacher mad, because when he wasn't trying to help people, I would like say it. So
What?
You
No.
saw,
Right.
You saw what was wrong and you didn't like it.
yeah, yep. And
Yeah,
so that was
especially with the teacher.
Yeah. And so that was the beginning. Like I really, and then even when I got to high school, I was still like, oh no, I'm gonna be a narcotics officer or some kind of crazy. Yeah, I want to. Yeah. And then like 11th grade, I think I finally was like, no, I think this is where I'm supposed to be at. Teaching is what I need to do.
Yeah.
Sounds like you really just wanted to help people
Yes.
understand math,
Yes.
because you knew you could help them.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
And it was a bad experience with a teacher that took you there.
Yeah. Isn't
of
that
times-
funny?
Yeah,
Isn't that
that's really
interesting?
interesting, because a lot of times that's, I feel like what drives people away. And
Yeah.
usually when people talk about, becoming a teacher, it's because they had a
Really great
positive
teacher.
influence.
Yep. I mean, I
that's
have those too, but
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you think of who your favorite teacher was?
Yes. Oh my goodness. So my favorite teacher is Mr. Lyons. He was my English teacher. So I had him for English in 10th grade, 12th grade, and in creative writing.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And he was so awesome. Just the most awesome teacher ever. And like, so Mr. Lyons was big into music. And he had this really big old record player. And so when we come in, but like you would think he only had like old stuff, right?
Yeah.
He had everything on wax. Everything. So we would come in there and he playing like, yes. We would come in and he playing like Biggie. Yes. Or Nas or something. Like something that we listening to.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was connected.
Yes.
With you. That's
yes.
awesome.
Mr. Lyons was awesome. He was awesome.
He was hip.
Yes. Yeah, and he was a good teacher too. And I liked how so he found a way to sneak stuff into into his lesson that normally maybe shouldn't been in a lesson, but he would we learned about parts of the Bible and the Quran and stuff, and he used it. Yep, and he used it. It was poetry.
Yeah.
And so and so I like that too. Just a way to
That's awesome. And that can all be included.
Yeah.
I would think. I mean, it's writing.
Yes. Yeah.
And English.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow. That's
I know, right?
really cool.
I know. He was so awesome.
Well, that must be why you got interested in teaching English too, or in learning English and getting into.
Yeah, I guess. Because I really I like to read, and I think, with math, I can help students understand the math and apply it to their lives. But with English, I can help students see themselves in what they're reading. And I think that that's the biggest thing about English and reading in general, is that students think that it's boring because they don't really see themselves. But if you can find yourself in a character, I remember in a college class we were reading Felix Holt. And I wasn't reading it. I was just being a knucklehead and not really reading, just coming to class. And so they were talking about a scene in the book, and I'm like, oh snap, he's so crazy. Oh, I gotta get in here and I gotta read this. Yes. And so then I'm like, dang, he's such a rebel. I need to really get in here and read this story. And I think that the same can be done with our kids, with high school kids and kids who don't like to read. They just need to find themselves in the story. And see how, certain situations can blow up and end up real crazy, or you can be in a crazy situation and do something positive.
Yeah.
So,
we all need to learn those lessons, don't we?
we can learn it in a book.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
awesome.
That's true. That is
Love
really
it.
true. Books can really open your horizons.
Yes.
Technology does that too, and that's what people are probably most familiar with. But
Right.
Not as well as a book.
nothing is, exactly.
Right.
Nothing can quite replace a book.
Even if you're reading it online, still just read the story.
Yeah. Let it get into you.
Yes.
Inside your mind.
Yep.
Change the way you think.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
That's really good. So kind of changing directions a little bit here. What would you say gets you out of bed in the morning? Besides your alarm.
Yeah. Right. And the munchkin, because if I don't get up, she will come and be like, don't you got somewhere to be this morning?
I love that. Oh my god.
But yeah,
Wait,
she's
how old is she?
12.
She's 12.
Yep,
All right.
so, yeah.
She keeps you in line.
Mm-hmm. This morning she was sleeping a little bit too long there.
Get up, Mom.
Right. I don't have school, but you do.
Yeah. She's probably laughing at you too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was blessed.
Yeah.
Blessed to have a nerd.
Well, not only that, but you probably teach her that, education's important.
Yes. Yes.
No,
Even though
she
she
hears
wants
that.
to be a director and an actress.
Oh,
Yep.
That's great.
Yep. And so she tells me how she's not going to college, and then I tell her about how all the great actresses and actors have performing arts degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, in reality,
A lot
it's,
to
yeah.
do.
Yep. And so she's like, okay.
I'm going to set that as a goal. Because
Yep.
my mom knows.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. I
That's
was gonna
great.
say, knowing you, I bet she's pretty smart.
Yep.
Pretty
She'll
good
say
what she
no,
does.
but I'm like, Okay.
She's only 12. She'll
Right.
keep giving her direction. She needs it.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you could have lunch with any person, living or dead, who would you have lunch with, and where would you go?
Okay. So if I could have lunch with, can I say 2 people?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I could have lunch with any person, so one personal would be my grandma, my mom's mom, just because she passed when we were really, really young.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it would just be nice to talk to her about like just how life is going. And my mom, because my mom is crazy.
Your mom's crazy?
Yes.
Oh, no.
And so it would be nice to get my grandma's input on, you know, my mom growing up.
How to deal with your mom.
Yeah.
And some stories.
Shoot, yeah. And I would probably take grandma, where would I take her? I don't know. We would probably go to somewhere like the omelet shop or something, I think.
Oh,
I think that would good,
I
yeah.
like it.
I think that
Yeah.
would be a good place to go with grandma.
yeah, there's nothing like a good breakfast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then like a famous person, I think honestly would be Nas, because that's my favorite rapper. And I would just love to, man, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How do you
And
get
I
those
don't-
lyrics
yeah.
just right? How do you,
Man, right. Like, that would be awesome. I don't even know. I have no idea where we would go. Like, I would let him pick. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's it. Wherever you want to
Let
go.
him pick and let him buy, right?
Shoot, yes. Shoot, yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I like that a lot.
So we talked a lot about work and things like that, but what do you like to do for fun?
So, I am, besides reading, because I read a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have like, so it's so funny. I have like, maybe like a good 10 books that I'm like in the middle of.
Wow.
Just
You
just in the
really like
middle.
reading.
Yes, just like I started and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna read this one today, which is why I never finished a book during book club, because I'm always reading like 1,000 books. Plus, I'm trying to do like my schoolwork for
Right,
this
you're
semester.
so busy.
Wow.
Yeah, so
You just like books.
yeah. But besides that, I'm a big anime fan too.
Oh, and
So I watch, yes, tons of anime. Like, that is my thing. Like, when I graduated from college with my bachelor's, like, I was like, dang, what am I going to do with my time? Because I'd always worked and been in school,
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, what am I going to do with my time? And I spent an obscene amount of time just, like, binge watching series and stuff and catching up on stuff that I hadn't watched in years.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
that is,
plenty of it.
yeah, that's my thing. And every year I try this, like, I do this challenge. I've only finished it one time, but it's like I have to read or watch 100 series
Okay.
in a year, and I have a whole year to do
Whoa.
it. Every year I try, and I've only made, so one year, the first year I did it, I think I did the like novice one, and so I only had to do like 30, and I blew that out of the water. I watched like 100 and more than 100 series, and that's why I was like, oh, I did this without even trying, so I know I can do this. Now that I'm trying, I never make it. Like, I always make it to like 70.
Oh my god.
And then then I'm done. And like, I keep like my favorite genre is of anything is science fiction.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so like, so I'm tailoring it to like science fiction, and I always like, I get there and then like, yep, 70.
Your problem is you're
That's
reading too
amazing.
much.
Right. And doing all kind of others for real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Chasing down your daughter, probably.
Yeah, shoot, yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, you'll get it one of these days.
Yeah. Maybe once I finish this degree, then yeah.
Oh, the degree.
Then I think, yep, once I finish this master's, then I think I can hit it hard
There you go.
and get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll deserve it.
Right. And actually be like, hey, I got it 100.
That's right. It's
Yep.
time.
Right.
Oh, I love that.
That's great.
That's awesome. Well, Cara, thank you so much for spending your time
Yeah,
with us
thanks.
and talking with us. We really appreciate it. Love learning a little bit more about you.
Man,
Yeah.
we learned a lot.
Thank y'all for talking to me.
Of course.
Yeah, everybody's going to enjoy learning all about your